Do you want to speak a little bit about the backstory behind the challenge this time round?
Yeah, okay. So back in July last year, my partner, she became very suddenly unwell, where her bowel ruptured and was rushed into surgery, had a subtotal colectomy, and then because of everything that had leaked into her abdomen, was then extremely unwell with a massive infection. Spent a lot of time in ICU. She had 7 surgeries in total. Spent the best part of 6 weeks in ICU and 3 months in Southmead Hospital, and they saved her life multiple times. There were times we were called in because it wasn't looking good for her. So yeah, that was what sort of inspired it, my wanting to give back to the hospital that had saved Lucy's life. I started running back in about 2017 again, after not having done anything for a while, largely to get fitter and healthier, and I ran the Bristol 10k to raise money for the British Liver Trust. After then, I decided I didn't really like running, so I bought a bike, a road bike, and then started cycling a lot. And then it was my mum one day said to me that she wanted to do a triathlon, so I said I'll enter one with you. So I entered one in Portishead, which was fairly local to us, and she never entered it.
So it's about 13 days to go then?
It is, yeah. 2 weeks-ish. 2 weeks? 2 weeks yesterday it was.
Yeah. That's when the swim starts anyway.
Yeah.
The plan was, over 4 days, was to swim 5k, to cycle for 200 miles to Llanberis, which is the start of Ultra-Trail Snowdonia, and then run the 50k Ultra-Trail Snowdonia route.
Perfect.
Over 4 days.
All over 4 days.
Do you feel pretty ready for it?
I don't think I'm ever going to feel ready for it.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be a case of get out there
Just crack on.
and see how it goes and just rip through it. So yeah, I think that's the plan for it.
So what are you doing today?
Hopefully something above 30k in the hills in Brecon to get some good elevation and some good training in. It's the last sort of big running session at least before it all. That's the plan for the day.
Fortunately, I have a coach, and he sets up my training plans according to my goal. So we discussed what my plan was going to be, and then we set up a training plan to go through it. And it's all about the sort of cumulative over a week space volume that you get in. So, and then it was just making sure I hit the key sessions each week. So if I had to go for a really big hilly run, I went for a really big hilly run and just making the time to do it. So there were a lot of times where it was, spending a lot of time running around or a lot of time cycling.
That's cool. Wow. Cool. Enjoy.
See you over there.
Yeah.
See you in a few hours. See you later.
How long have you got left?
Probably 3 hours.
No, okay.
Yeah. In the plan, it was for 4 hours. I did want to try and tackle that marathon route, but it's too hot to do that.
Yeah.
Being sensible, so I'm gonna go up, follow the ridge line to Fanny Big, down Fanny Big, up Cribbin, down Cribbin, then up to Penny Fan, and go down, see how I feel at the car park, whether I want to go back up again or not.
Yeah.
I think it's the plan.
Nice. Yeah, that's got warm, hasn't it?
Yes, and it's only probably going to get warmer.
Yeah.
So it's just when you go up the hills, you just suffer going up the hills. It's too hot.
Yeah. See you in a bit.
So where does your drive come generally? Because like not everyone can just condition themselves to do what you do.
No, I don't really know. I think I saw the benefit of it through COVID, and it helps me deal with mental stress and problems. And I'm sure we've all got busy lives and a lot going on in our own lives, and it's just a way of me to get out of my own head and work through things in a relatively healthy way.
What's going through your mind right now?
I can't wait to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice day, isn't it? Nice day.
Yeah, it's a nice
Nice
day.
day to get in the water. So.
Do you know what temperature the water is?
No, it'd be like 14, 15, I guess, I reckon. So it'd be alright. Mid-May, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it should be okay.
What was the plan for the swim?
Just to get in the water and swim 5k. So where the swim was in Fobster Quay. There's a big 750 metre loop, and the plan was just to do laps of that loop, but maybe do like 3 laps, get out, take some fuel on, get back in, do some more, and just go like that until you hit the 5k. Yeah. That was the plan for it.
How long roughly do you reckon it's going to be?
Over an hour and a half. It'll be of swimming.
Yeah.
Hopefully no more than 2 hours. But yeah, should be enough swimming.
Perfect. So what's that on your goggles? You got something on there?
It's they're form goggles, so it displays. It's got a display in it, which is pretty cool.
So it tells you like distance.
Should do.
What ball goes to fly.
Yeah, and if I'm swimming in a straight line,
Yeah.
that's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's a bit more challenging about open water, swimming in a straight line.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling going into the swim?
It was the least confident one because it was the one I hadn't really put the training in for. So it was definitely the one that I would have got through it anyway. I would have just ground it out, but it was the one I probably was the most, not fearful of, but almost knowing that it was going to probably be the most challenging one just because of lack of training.
How you feeling?
Okay.
That's an hour in.
Yeah. Hour to go.
Yeah. So what distance was that?
Halfway. Yeah, 2.5. Just about 2.5. It was tough. Certainly those last few laps, they were tough. Done.
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 How you feeling?
Tired. One event down.
One event down. Just got to get on the bike tomorrow now.
Tomorrow and Friday. Only 200 miles.
Yeah, me too.
But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And it was a nice day, so that always helps.
So that was a bit of a success, really.
Yeah.
To report back.
Yeah, it was. That was probably the most successful part of the whole thing,
Yeah.
was the swim.
Looking forward to tomorrow?
No? No, I'm joking. Yeah, it'll be a good day. Weather's looking good.
Yeah.
The wind's not looking too bad.
So how long roughly is it tomorrow on the bike?
At least 10 hours. At least, yeah. Maybe a bit more. Just got to pace it right, I think, tomorrow. Not go too hard, just because I'm feeling okay.
Yeah, because we've still got the ultramarathon.
Got the ultra to do, yeah. That's it. So yeah, see how tomorrow goes.
Yeah, perfect. You ready for it?
As ready as I'm ever going to be, I think.
So how long is the bike today?
It's about 219 kilometres today. It's where we're staying overnight, and then leaves 110 tomorrow. So hopefully about 10 hours of cycling. So the plan was that I would cycle to just south of the Snowdonia National Park, which was going to be about 220k, and then stop there overnight, and then we'd cycle the remaining 110k the next day. That was the plan which we set out to achieve. Yeah, I've just got to take it easy. Remember, it's not a race, just racing against myself, so just enjoy it. Got nice weather, so yeah. First couple of hours were fine. I was fine. I was happy on the bike. I was taking it easy, just controlling the effort really, because it's a long way to go. So there's no point going too hard. So it was okay the first few hours. once I'd got on over the Severn Bridge and into Chepstow and then out of Chepstow, I think at that point I started not feeling great. This sickness type feeling started coming over me, and it was then more challenging to take on the fuel that I needed to. Even sort of drinking was difficult and would make me feel sick.
Yeah.
So that at that sort of point that was only 2 hours in to the cycle, and it was becoming quite hard at that point.
How are you finding it?
Pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Feeling sick for the last 2 hours,
Nice.
so it's going well.
Yeah.
So
How many miles have you done so far? Okay.
90 kilometres.
90 kilometres. Almost a big 100.
91 and a half.
What were you feeling during that stop in Abergavenny?
I was just feeling unwell. I knew that I wanted to eat, but I couldn't because I was just feeling so sick. So tried to have a coffee, refill the bottles that I'd emptied just with water, because that might be easier for me to take on than anything that's carb loaded or any of the electrolyte stuff that I had. So the plan was just then to take on some water, have a coffee, and see where I was in a few hours' time.
You enjoying it?
It's been alright.
Yeah.
Feeling sick. It's been alright.
What do you think that's from then? Just not enough?
It'll be, I don't know, could be the temperature,
Yeah.
could be the food that I'm trying to eat,
Yeah.
just being too sweet, I don't know, could be a load of different things.
Did you feel any regret at all whilst you were doing it?
It probably ran through my head. Maybe not regret, but you sort of question it, question why you're doing it, because you just hit some really difficult places, both not entirely physically, but just how you're feeling. If you're feeling sick, and I know Abergavenny was at 90k, so there was still over 100 kilometres to go. So at that point, you do start to think, there's still a lot of cycling to come. Can I do this? Is this a good idea?
Yep. See you in a bit.
What should I do?
Feeling a bit better? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's an improvement.
I was feeling okay after taking on some water and was able to stop and eat some food, but at about the 100-mile mark, I think that period of time where I just hadn't eaten or really drunk, that probably started to kick in a bit physically, and then that just changed my mentality of it, because that was already maybe 7 hours on the bike at that point, and I've still got another 50k to go. So yeah, that's where it changed mentally, I think, was about the 100-mile mark, and it became a mental battle more than anything else at that point. too bad until we hit the last 12 kilometres and we came off the A road, and then that was then really physically hard because there were some pretty spicy climbs that with 190 plus kilometres in the legs, and mentally being broken, that I just didn't have it in me. So there was a lot of pushing the bike up the hills at that point.
How was that for you?
Not great. Feeling terrible the last few hours.
Came a bit unexpected, didn't it?
Huh?
Came a bit unexpected, didn't it?
All the details, yeah. They're just brutal hills as well. About 200k in and I just don't have legs for it, so. Yep, oh well.
I think that's it for the brutal ones now. I think we've not got long left until
You say that. It'll be,
I don't really know actually.
yeah. We'll see. See what happens tomorrow as well. Not sure if I have another day like today. I've just not felt great.
About 9 hours in total you were on the bike for.
9.5 hours. 9.5 hours the bike was, yeah. For go 206 kilometres overall.
And so how was that when you saw the end in sight? Obviously you would have seen the accommodation after 9.5 hours. What was that feeling like?
I'm not sure if relief is the right word, but it was a big positive mental step forward that you just then, the end was there, I could see it, there weren't any big hills in the way, you know, that was it, the bike was done, and I could get off and rest up.
Done. How we feeling?
Not great. My ankle hurts, my knee hurts. I felt sick for so long.
Yeah.
So it's been hard getting anything in. So not great.
Last day 2 done.
Yeah. See what happens tomorrow.
How many K was that?
206.
So it's well over 230.
Yeah. I think with how I've been feeling today, we'll see how I feel tomorrow.
Yep.
And just play it like that, because I can't afford another day like that.
Yeah. It's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, because it would just lead into Snowdon with
A bit of an issue as well.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If I can't fuel and take on anything, then yeah. So we'll work that out in the morning.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's great. Well done today.
Yeah, thanks.
Any takeaways?
I'm an idiot.
There we go.
There you go. Cut with that.
Yeah, that's how we'll end.
Going to sleep that night, I guess I knew that something wasn't quite right because I couldn't really eat all of what we had for dinner. So that I knew something wasn't right at that point because I should have been hungry and I should have been able to eat it all. So at that point I'm already starting to think, if this doesn't improve tomorrow, then perhaps I should not cycle the rest of the way and give me the best chance on the start line on Saturday.
I'm rolling.
So how did yesterday go?
For the most part went okay. I suffered with stomach problems from a couple of hours in, so I couldn't really take on as much gels and blocks and everything else that I wasn't wanting to eat. A
along the way, which made it a bit more challenging. I could only really take on a bit of water from after we stopped in Abergavenny for a little while after that, until you picked me up again later on. So yeah, just made the day hard, but we got through it. Ended up with 206 kilometres. Made it to the accommodation, but made the decision that because of the how challenging the day was in terms of how I felt and how I was feeling this morning, that it probably wasn't a good idea to carry on the cycle to here. So pulled the plug on that so that we can be okay for tomorrow and getting up into these hills.
Yep.
In the same sort of weather again.
Nice and warm.
How does looking at that mountain up there make you feel about tomorrow?
That one's not too bad. It's when you turn around and you got the peak of Snowdon over there.
Can we see Snowdon? Just about.
That one's a bit higher, and I've got to pretty much do it twice. So those are the two daunting ones, but those are the two first ones up. And then after that, it's a bit smaller. That one behind, which looks big, but it's only about half the size. And then there's another one behind it as well.
We've had today to size up all the mountains, basically.
Yeah.
And,
Check it out. Check out the route a little bit. Work out where I'm coming down from, where I'm going.
And then what's the distance tomorrow?
55 kilometres tomorrow, with over 3,000 metres of elevation gain. So it's going to be a long day again.
Yeah.
Probably a 10-hour day at least.
Wow.
Just see how it goes. Hopefully I don't suffer with any stomach problems tomorrow in the heat, but
Yeah.
it's not something I can control, so it's not something I'm going to worry about.
Nope.
Oh, it's bags, That's right, mate. Not a long run.
Oh wait, I just drink the water and then.
Yeah, you'll be fine. In that long. It's only a good 10 hours. Out of the 3 you could have ended up with. Think about it.
Yeah, I could have chosen an easier one.
You could have. Not here today, though.
Well, hang on a minute, you could have chosen
True.
easier couple of
could have
things
had
build
another
up towards it. You know, let's just think about that for a minute.
Think about that, though, when you're running. That no one else here has done what you've done already.
That's true. I've already won, haven't I?
You have already won.
You've already
In fact,
won
you've
just
entered,
by
mate.
doing it.
You've already won by
Yeah.
entering. So I'm not doing that.
You're not.
No.
Want to do anything here?
Can do.
Do it before we go in there because it'd be busy in there,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
How you feeling then?
All right.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah,
feeling
ready to go, ready to get going. See how the first hill goes,
Yeah,
and then just take it hill by hill. I think
yeah.
aid station by aid station, and just move forward.
Nice.
Keep moving forward.
Final leg of the chapter.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It is final. So the event itself, Ultra-Trail Snowdonia, there are different distances. So there's 100 miles, 100 kilometres, 50 kilometres, and then 25, I think. So the 100-mile people went off on the Friday at 1 o'clock, but I wasn't going off on the 50k until the Saturday at 8:30. And then the 100 kilometres, they go off early morning earlier on the Saturday.
Enjoy it, mate.
Take it easy. I'll see you at various points on the course. So the plan was the first part of the run, you go up the Llanberis path up to not the summit of Snowdon, but just beneath the summit before you take the pig track back down to Penny Pass. So my plan was to try and just take that a bit easier and just ease myself into the run, don't go off too hard, because I've already been fatigued anyway. So just see how it's going up there, take on some fuel whilst going up, and then take the descent pretty easy as well.
First hill done. Tough.
It wasn't until I started descending down the pig track that I started again feeling the same sort of sickness that I had on the bike on Thursday, a couple of days before. And then that just becomes another mental battle. Every time I took on food, I would feel sick for a bit. Then started feeling a bit uneasy on my legs coming down the pig track. So it was quite a difficult descent, quite a mentally challenging descent, and almost at the point where I was just done mentally.
What do you reckon he's thinking right now?
Why am I doing this?
I should not have signed up to this, yeah.
Do you feel like he's getting his money's worth doing this?
Well, I mean, depends what you mean by that.
Like, obviously he's paid money to actually do this.
Yeah.
I think that's, I don't...
In terms of duration, he's taking his time, isn't he? So he's getting his money, out of the time spent on course, but not the easiest start to a 50-kilometre ultramarathon, but...
Well, yeah, let's put that into some perspective. The 50-kilometre ultramarathon's hard enough, and then he made it harder by doing a 206k bike ride, and no, that's not hard enough, let's do a 5k swim before that. Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah. Do you reckon you'd give it a go?
No. No, just
not
no.
today.
No. No.
Not the right shoes.
No.
Not the right shoes, no.
Not in me flip-flops. No. No, I think it's crazy.
After the first descent comes into an aid station, what were your feelings like going into that aid station?
I was ready to call it a day at that aid station, just because of how I was feeling. But I got in there, put some water in my bottles, so refilled, had some Coke, had a bit of food. I just thought I'd carry on and just see where I got to next, see if I could go back up Snowdon, and just go from there. And if it was that I got halfway up Snowdon, I just really think that it's a good idea to call at that point, then turn around. But yeah.
Hello. How you doing, mate?
Not great. It's a terrible 4 hours. But we'll see how this little bit goes and make a decision on it, I think.
All good, mate. You're all good.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really rough. Really rough.
You look good.
At least I look better than I feel.
We'll come up with you.
Yeah,
Yeah?
just go.
We're just going to...
See how it goes.
yeah, we're going to be a hype man.
That's right.
Let's go.
I only just made the cut-off at the aid station.
Don't you just what? Make
Made
the
the
cut off?
cut-off at the aid station, yeah.
we made it. That's the point, mate. Keep going.
Yeah.
Got upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just going to... Alright, see you in a bit.
No problem. We'll see you in a bit.
They weren't planning on coming up, they were just walking up with me, and at some point they were going to turn back and go back down because they'd left the car and everything back at the bottom of that path. You get to a fairly steep bit where you're climbing up to get onto the ridge line that you follow then to take you to the top of Snowdon. And just beneath that ridge, we stopped, and I was about ready to call it a day, but Elliot convinced me just to go the next 50 metres up, because then we were on the ridge, and then we can make a decision from there. So we did that, and at that point I sort of mentally had a switch sort of flick in my head and just think, right, let's just do it now. We're up on the ridgeline, let's just get to the top of Snowdon and come down, and we'll see where we are at the bottom. So they then followed me and came with me all the way up that ridgeline, and then took the descent down with me as well, to the opposite side of Snowdon.
Pizza and beers the night
yeah.
before wasn't the best for me.
Yeah, definitely not a good idea.
Do you think you could have done that last ascent and descent without them?
Probably not. That's a wrap. I knew the time cutoff was probably going to miss the time cutoff coming down, because it had taken a little bit longer to get up, just because of I felt like I was just running on no fuel physically. So it was difficult to me to move quickly up the climb. So I knew sort of when we got to the top that it was then going to be difficult to move down, and I'd probably have to have run down, and at that point I didn't have the energy in me to run down the range path into the aid station. So when we got to the aid station, I think I missed the time cutoff by 20 or 30 minutes. So at that point it was out of the race.
I'm okay. Okay, legs are okay. Yeah, just no fuel in the body. That bike, I think, has just taken its toll on me and my ability to fuel it. So. There we go.
Should we wrap there?
Yeah, let's get back.
Good day in the hills. Have to come back next year.
That's it.
To be continued.
Yeah.
So overall, how would you say that it all went?
I think I did everything I possibly could have to finish that as successfully as I could have. There are things that you just can't prepare for. I couldn't prepare for the fact of how I felt a few hours into that bike, and whatever caused that, whether it's the heat or something else. That's something that's completely out of my control. So I don't think there's much else I could have done to have completed that challenge. At the end of the day, it was all for raising money. Raising money for something that happened unexpectedly, just as something unexpectedly happened to me in the race. So the final distances were, we did we did the 5k swim. I did 206 kilometres on the bike, and then we ended up at just over 33 kilometres on the run.
Are you proud of what you've accomplished?
Yes.